Hello, Dr. Chandran sir. Dr. Chandran sir, may I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
If you could permit, shall we start with the session, sir?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So, good morning, one and all.
Good morning.
Gathered in this platform for this UGC-sponsored short-term course in artificial intelligence in education and the research. I welcome you all. Friends, this is the last day of our short-term program. And today there will be, as usual, two different sessions. In the first session, we will discuss the generative AI for the academic writing, paraphrasing, and the presentation with the help of Dr. Chandran sir. Uh, Yesterday, Chandran sir has elaborated the CI space, that is AI tool, very effective AI tool. And today we will continue with the generative AI for the academic writing, paraphrasing, and the presentation. So I once again extend my warm welcome to Dr. Chandran sir. And sir, you are please be requested to start with your session. So please.
Thank you, sir. So let me quickly share my screen. Yeah, hope my screen visible, right?
Yes.
No, it's visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible, but your voice is not very much clear, sir.
1 minute. What about now?
Yeah, now it is clear, sir. Now it is clear. Please be continued.
Oh, yeah. So good morning, everyone. I think this is the second session I'm talking with respect to generative AI tools for academic writing and then paraphrasing, and also I will say like little bit on a presentation part. So basically, here I'm going to uh, cover wide variety of tool which will be useful for each and every stage of academic writing. So, so if you take any academic research paper writing, right? So there are some certain flows that we need to follow. Like in the step one, we need to do some search on what type of the research that we are going to pursue, and then what is the research topic, and then otherwise what is the research domain, or what is exactly happening on this particular topic. Is there any scope of improvement to work on this particular research problem? So we will be covering all this, and then in step two, like once you found out, okay, this is my research topic, or this is my research domain, then we'll slowly starting on try to find out the literature review part for that. Okay, I know like in most of the cases, like whenever we are doing any research, the problem is that finding the relevant resource, right? Like which paper that we need to look out for, or how many papers that we need to read to understand the research better. So there are a lot of very tedious or maybe a difficult task in identifying this research article. So for that, which is called the mapping stage, where we try to find out, okay, this is my research domain, and I need to go through some literatures. So in order to find out the papers which are talk about this particular research, we will use some certain tools. One is a lit map, and then there is a connected papers, and then another tool is a research rabbit. So we'll go through each and every tool in detail.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you, sir. There will be some destruction in your voice, sir. Actually, we are not here hear you properly.
My side is too clear. 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, sir, please.
What about now? How it's clear?
Yeah, so now it is clear, sir. Please continue.
Okay. So once you found out your research topic and research domain, the next step is to find out the literature mapping, right? So there are certain tools which are available to help us to find out the literature paper for the selected domain. So there are multiple tools like starting with the lit map, connected papers, and then there is another tool called Research Rabbit. We'll go through each and every tool in detail. The subsequent part. So once you found out, okay, so these are my paper that I have collected for my research domain. The next is reading papers. So I think we have covered most of this aspect yesterday itself using the SciSpace. I will introduce to the new tool which is called AvidNote, which is also a little bit of similar to SciSpace. Uh, but yeah, we will see that tool also today. And then once you are done with your reading papers, next is to chat with the documents, right? So you can upload like 10 to 50 papers in the particular folder, and then you can start using this notebook LM to just discuss or just chat with the documents. So that is step 4, to understand what type of approach they took and what is the drawbacks and how they have designed the model or how they have come up with the research framework. So whatever that we have it in mind, we can just discuss with that with the notebook LM. So, and then next part is that writing and then editing. So here, yesterday in SciSpace, you have used this AI writing tool. Maybe if someone is not comfortable with SciSpace because which is a cost, right? Like you can use ChatGPT to get an overall outline of your research work, and then you can just start talking to the ChatGPT to help to uh, improve the overall outline of the article. Otherwise, there is another tool which is called Genie AI. It is very similar to SciSpace, like the entire UI UX. If you look that, will be very similar to what that you are seeing in the SciSpace. So we will see like how to use Genie AI for writing and editing, right? And then finally, once you done this part, then is analyzing the data. Like some of the people, those who are working on the research article writing, maybe like you have the table, you don't know how to represent that, whether you need to create a chart or whether you need to summarize the data. So most of the statistical steps that we will do, like what is my average value across this particular column, what is the mean, what is the mode. So if you want to analyze the data, then we will have Julius. Yeah. So if you want to analyze the data, so then we have the tool called Julius AI and then data line. So Julius AI is straightforward, but if you want to work with the data line is very much very good tool to understand your data better. But only problem is that you need to have OpenAI API key, uh, because I don't think that you will have that free tokens. So if you buy OpenAI and then if you have the valid API key, then you can do wonders with respect to the tool called data line. So any doubts before we go to the tool based each and every tool in detail, or you want to cover any part in this particular steps? Okay. So then we will go and see the first tool, which is called Elicit. Share my screen again. Yeah, my screen is visible, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask some research question that because we are going to find out the research domain, right? So I'm going to ask, okay, I am interested in medical imaging domain. Suggest me a few research topics. Okay, I'm just defining the question like how effective deep learning algorithm in detecting the early stage of lung cancer using chest CT scans compared to the radiologist interpretation. So once you write that research question, so the LSC will start gathering the papers with respect to this particular topic. So these are some of the gathered papers yeah, it is loading. Yeah, it is taking some time because we are just gathering 50 papers, right? So it's loading. Okay, so first we can see the step one, where for this particular topic, it has gathered a few papers, right? Like from 2020. So there's a paper called Performance of Deep Learning Algorithm compared with radiological interpretation for lung cancer. And then this is the abstract. And then there is another paper which has been published in 2024, right? So it has gathered 50 papers, right? And then based on our given question, it is screened 10 papers. If you want to screen more, that it will do, but it is like it's a cost involved there. But whatever that we are doing, it is only with the free version. So after gathering 50 papers, and then from that it has screened 10 papers. So and then it is breaking down different ideology, and then what is the definition about that. So first is study population imaging. So the question is that does the study examine human subject with suspected or confirmed lung cancer using chest CT scans or primarily as a primary image modality? So for this research question, we are asking that whether this is the CT scan is a primary imaging modality to screen the lung cancer patients, right? And then out of this, so it is telling that okay, out of 50 papers, right, 18 are yes, and then 19 article talking about maybe, and then 13 no, right? So because CT scan is not only a primary imaging modality to find out the lung cancer, there are multiple, like so MRIs are there, and now we have the PET images. There are multiple images, imaging modality technique is there now. So second, it is talking about okay, how about comparing the deep learning algorithm and the comparison. So that's uh, about from these 50 papers, how many of them implemented a deep learning algorithm for lung cancer detection, right? And then whether there is any direct comparison with the radiologist interpretation or not. So out of 50 articles, so 14 articles discussing about is implemented a deep learning algorithm, and also they have compared the results with the radiologist interpretation, right? And then 11 article, maybe they have done quite part, like maybe they have just created a deep learning algorithm, or they have used some ML based approach, and then they directly do the comparison with the radiologist interpretation. And then out of 50 article, 25 article doesn't do both the steps. So once you screen this paper, so you will find out what are the different key metrics, and then how that is satisfying your criteria matches, right? So once it is done, the next stage is the extract data. So here is a very important, this is a very important stage, right? Like if you want to work on any of these uh, AI algorithms, if you talk about machine learning, or if you talk about deep learning, one of the tasks is that to understand where we can collect the data, right? So mostly we will refer some literature paper to collect the data set. So here, each and every, like one is the study design, how they have created the overall study design, and then what is the data source and what is the image, what are the sources of data. And then from this article you will find out, okay, there is a name of the data set, it's not specified, but if you see here, like, what is the total number of CT scans available, and then what is the number of cancer positive scans and then cancer negative scans, right? So you will get all the information about the data set that has been discussed in this in 10 papers that has been screened. Okay. And then with respect to participant demographics, like if you are having like 12,000 images, like when you want to segregate that how many of male and how many of them female, and what is the basically the data description part. Okay, what is the gender and what is the age or mean age of these participants, uh, whether they have any smoking habit. So all this will be captured in the demographics part. And then, so if someone is new to the CT scan, especially for lung cancer, they don't know like how exactly read that CT scan image, right? Because a CT scan image mostly in a black and white color or gray colors. So if you want to understand where the lung cancer is present, so we don't know that, right? So basically, this particular part, if you take anything like any research domain, so especially for this, you will get, okay, what are the unique features of unique feature that has to present in the image to categorize them as a lung cancer, right? So that will be discussed here. And then there are also like algorithmic performance metrics, like assume that, okay, so the maximum performance metric that has been achieved is 95% recall and then 86% accuracy. Okay, then you can clearly see that, okay, there is a scope of improvement with respect to this particular topic, right? Because still the accuracy is not 100%. Even eventually we are not supposed to get that, but at least if you improve by like 2 to 3% from this, then that is a good research work, right? So this will give the clear idea that, okay, what is the maximum accuracy that they have achieved, whether there is a scope of improvement or not, all will be discussed here. And then some of the articles are comparison with a radiologist performance, and then you will get that information also here. Okay, so that is what the exact data will do. So and then basically this is the overall generation of reports, like what are the stages that we have done, and then gathering the papers, screening the papers, and then extracting the data, and then finally you will get the generated report to your email, whatever email that you logged in the elicit. Okay, so that is the one thing that we can do here. Otherwise, second thing is that upload your paper, right? So otherwise, if you are having this Zotero, like I don't know how many of you know about Zotero. Zotero is not it's also uh, used for doing the citation in the Word document. Like usually we will do Mendeley desktop citation, right? You can use Zotero also to do that. So if you are uploaded all your article in the Zotero, you can just directly connect the Zotero. Otherwise, if you can upload papers from here. Okay, just 1 minute. I think my papers got. So I just downloaded a few papers from the scientific reports, which is open source, so we can directly get the open access paper there. So it is uploading. Okay, so now it has been uploaded. You can select any one paper, and then Yeah, so then you can also generate the research about whatever that we found. So you can upload all your papers and then you can just interact with this, right? So elicit is it's mostly on the what finding the research gaps and then talking with the papers about their methodology. So all this will be there, right? And then you can just upload that and then you can start chatting with that data set. So this is what the report that they have that has been generated with the research question that we have asked. Okay, and then you can also have citation for all these references for the papers where it has been referenced to this particular discussion of topics. Okay, so this how we will use elicit. Any questions around this? Okay, if you have any questions you can ask like before we go to the next tool. Okay, I think there is no questions with anyone. So you will get your report through email, or otherwise if you go to your recent documents you can find out whatever the question research that we have asked.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, as in the second slide, you have shown a lot of tools which will
Hmm.
step by step fetch the data and generate the research paper in a step by step way. So,
Yeah.
is there any tool available, modern tool available, AI based tool available, in which if we
Hmm.
only feed the topic, it will
Hmm.
automatically generate complete paper? Is there this type of tool available? It will generate complete paper automatically, including figures, graphs.
No, sir. So there is no one tool which will do all your work. So it is
Okay, okay.
because most of the tools will have a single mode of communication, right? There is not a multimodal. So if you want to
Okay, okay.
generate your entire research article, then whatever the tool that we are creating or we are developing, it should be accept the multimodal data like image and text, or it may be a audio. So I don't think
Okay.
there is a tool available for.
Okay. No modern, no advanced tool is available nowadays.
No. So
Miss, we
basically,
have to
we
do.
can integrate the different tools together, but I
Okay.
don't think a single tool will generate your entire research article.
Okay. By different websites, we can fetch different type of data, and then we can combine that data into single
Yes.
research paper.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So there is a question from Deepika, ma'am. Is elicit linked with major databases? Yeah, ma'am. Like most of the open source will be there, and then some of the publishers will have that. They don't want to share that open access information, right? With the available abstract and available topic, you'll be able to get that research papers in this particular elicit. But if you want to get the entire research PDF of that particular document, I don't think that will be provided by elicit. So elicit is only for a uh, identifying the research topic and then finding the relevant resource for our research.
Sir, is there any difference between elicit and other research, other searching tools which we had learned in previous days, like
No, it's
consensus
all
and
depends upon user preference, ma'am. Because I don't know like what other faculties are discussed about other GenAI tools. But with respect to few topics, elicit is performing good, and then mostly I think you also have the size space, right? So you can just compare these two tools based on your research domain. Because uh, what I interacted with others, they mentioned that for physics and chemical background peoples, elicit seems out to be the better tool for them. And for most of the engineering background people, they told that okay, both elicit and science-based are doing good for them. So it's basically depends upon the research domain also. These tools are behaving differently, right? You can just explore this tool and then identify which is the best tool for your research domain. Basically, if you want to analyze the data, or if you want to extract some information, so based on that you can decide. Yeah, ma'am. Maximum. So it will take the updated research till date. If the prompt that we are asking, if there is any research, basically, if you all talk about this particular, right? So for deep learning versus radiologists, so only from 2024 there is a paper that is talking about this particular prompt. Okay, if you want to include the research, recent research article, you can just refine that prompt to get the very updated research till the date. So can AI generate a coherent academic text? Definitely, Prasad sir, but the only problem is that it will not look like it is the human written one. It will always look as a AI written one. So you need to be more careful in that, because sometimes, like I mentioned, still the LLMs will hallucinate, like they will generate the a paragraph which will resemble more like a correct one, but in real scenario it doesn't. So it's always good to read through the paragraph, or maybe a sentence that has been generated by AI with our uh, technical skills, right? So then you can use this AI generated text for your research article. Cool. So I think we have covered the first tool, which is illicit, and then I don't want to spend too much of time here. I think most of the yesterday discussion is around the size space only. So I will directly jump to the third tool. Maybe I'll just copy this question. We can use this question for our further analysis. Okay. So the third tool is consensus. So I'm just going to ask the same question. Okay, how effective the deep learning algorithm in detecting early stage lung cancer using chest CT scans and compared to radiologist prediction. Okay, so it has gone through few papers, and then it has mentioned like how the deep learning algorithms have been effectively applied on detecting early stage cancer, and what is their detection accuracy across the different models, deep learning models that has been developed. And then you can also get the table here, and then with compared to the radiologist. So which are the article that has been compared with the radiologist, right? And then you will get all the references here. So next I will ask a follow-up question that create a outline for this research. So first it has created the outline, like what is the background and significance, and then deep planning in lung cancer reduction, what are the performance metrics, comparison with radiologists, and then clinical implication, and then future direction. Okay, so this is how we can use consensus with respect to the research topic that we are selecting, and then you can just ask follow-up question with this tool. Okay, so most of the people, those who are interested in writing the blogs about this particular topic, you can use this type of consensus tool, which is quite easy for us to get these references and all, and then you can use this for publishing in the any of these blogs in online, or even if you have the overall template of your research, you can use that. You can just ask this consensus to refine your overall outline, just mentioned that, okay, I need a abstract part, I need an introduction, and then I need a literature review part. So you can just give the detailed prompt description in the chat. You will get that outline also. So this is how we will use this tool like elicit, SciSpace, Consensus for the searching of research gaps or searching of research question or some literature surveys. We can use this. Okay, so this is the step one where we are trying to find, trying to search some few topics for our research. So once it is done, right, like what is the next stage? Okay, so next we need to get the paper, right? So what I am going to do is that I'm just going to put yearly stage lung cancer deduction using chest CT images and compared to the radiology interpretation. Okay, and then you can just click. I think, by the way, this tool is called connected papers, which will help you to understand like root cause of this research, right? Where it has been started, or what are the different articles that it has been cited. All this will be getting. Okay, so maybe the you will just click on this particular paper, like deep learning for the detection of benign and then malignant pulmonary nodules in non-screening chest CT images scans. Okay, so once you click that paper, yeah, this is how this connected paper would look like. Okay, so this is the original paper, and then this original paper discussed few other references. All right, you will get all this information here. Okay, if you want to understand, okay, some of the paper has been introduced in 2023. Okay, what about if I want to see some articles which has been discussed in 2019? Okay, you can click that article, you will get that information here. Okay, otherwise if you are if you found out some other relevant article by this connected paper, maybe the particular paper it's more relevant for me, right? I can just use this, and then I can just have the open graph, and then you will get this as a original paper, and then what are the paper that it hasn't cited. Okay, so this will help you to find out the relevant papers for writing your literature review or doing the better citation and then referencing part. Okay, so any questions here, so with respect to this? So once you click the list view, you can also find out, okay, this is your original paper which is 100% similar, and then you can also find out the number of number of particles, that is how much it is matching with this original article, right? So if you consider the second one, so the similarity is 15.1. The 15.1 means this paper resembles 15% of the original paper. Okay, so basically while we are retrieving something through the LLM, that will get the similarity score. Okay, by using the similarity score, like you can find out, okay, what are the relevant article. Maybe you can have a threshold that, okay, so whenever the similarity score is less than 8, don't consider that article. Then you will be limiting with a few articles, so which you will use that article for your survey writing. Okay, so any questions here, like with respect to connected papers? Okay, so this is the tool used to do the literature review of the particular topic that you're talking about. Second is the literature mapping. Okay, maybe I will. So I will use the same thing. Early stage lung cancer detection using CT scan. In chest CT scans using deep learning algorithms. Okay, and then you can just click on the search. Okay, so then you will get the relevant article. Maybe I will just limit to since 2025. Okay, so these are the articles that has been published in 2025, which is talking about these CT scan images. Okay, so it is taking the cancer as the top because very few resources that are available, and then basically with respect to the semantic information, right? Because mostly all your LLM will found out the relevant article based on the semantic information. Okay, so if it is talking about a cancer, so cancer will be related with multiple cancers, not only lung cancer, right? So you will get some information from the lung cancer. If you're not available, if there is no article available for CT scans in the year of 2025, that's why it is showing the results from the semantic scholar. So maybe I will use since 2024 because yeah, from 2024 also it is mentioning that there is no article from the Google Scholar. So there are two tools linked with this particular lit maps. One is it will found out the article from the Google Scholar. Okay, otherwise it will found out the results from the semantic scholar. Okay, so these are the few articles which has been discussing about this. Maybe I will just select this for our understanding purpose. So this is I have selected as a base paper. I'm going to explore related articles based on this in the new lit map. Okay. So whatever the articles has been cited, this particular paper, you will get all this information here. Okay. So you will get all this. You can just root cause this. Okay, this is where it has been published, and it has referenced the article in 1996 also, which is talking about the back propagation algorithm, right? So this will help you to find out. This is also very similar to connected papers, but it has very good variety of information. You can also use this whenever we are writing any of the literature paper, right? Review paper. You can include this type of graphs and all, like what are the papers that we have selected. Okay, and also there is a opportunity for us to change the x-axis also. Maybe we will have x-axis the reference count, and then y-axis with respect to publication date. So you can just change all this x-axis and y-axis by using this particular graph tool. Okay, so then we can use this particular visual, and then we can just put it into your review article also, which will instead of having list down this article in the table or some other different visualization, but you can just put this particular graph. Okay, this is the root, this is the paper that we choose, and then we backtracked and then we referenced all these different article to write this review paper, right? So this is how the lit maps will be useful. And then the final paper with respect to literature is research rabbit. Okay, so let me ask the same question. So early stage lung cancer detection in just CT scans using deep learning algorithms, and then click on search. So I will use PubMed because this is biology, biomedical. So I'm just using the PubMed. Okay, so then you need to select one paper to recommend the research rabbit to for further exploration. Okay, I am just going to select this particular paper Yeah, or this one. Maybe I'll just select this one. Okay, and then you can just click on this particular paper. This is I have added from that search, and then you will get this selected paper, right? And then how many similar work with respect to this selected paper. So if you click that, you will get that filter. Okay, there are close to 210 similar paper that has been talked about the same CT scan, right? And then if you want to find out, okay, who are these authors, like you can just select this, right? So assume that you want to collaborate with someone. Okay, maybe like the professor from the UK or maybe from US, where you want to try to collaborate with them because they are the primary researcher in this particular domain. Okay, you can find out that, right? And then these are some of the suggested authors based on that. So they can just try to collaborate with them, like, or if you want to understand, okay, maybe the ARI has done more number of publication with respect to this lung cancer domain. You can see like what is published work, and then who are they, with whom he is collaborating. You can get all this information with the research rabbit. Yeah, maybe it is a very exhaustive tool to understand this, because this is how mostly the research community will work. Like if you want to collaborate with some foreign professors, you want to understand what how they are working and what are the research domain, uh, you can use this tool to drill down to that particular part. Okay, so this is all about the second step, which is the literature review part. So any questions before we move to the next part?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
There is one AI tool called as, if I may be wrong, GenSpark or something, which we came to know through the course only. So, can you throw light on that?
What is the tool name, ma'am?
GenSpark.
GenSpark. 1 minute. Can you just chat that? Put it in the chat. So I'll just go through that.
Yeah.
Okay, GenSpark AI. Yeah, I think it is basically useful to understand. It is a tool to analyze your data better. You can upload your AI sheets,
But
and then
it is not fetching the correct content, you know. I tried, but
I don't think
I don't know
that will
what
be
it is
useful.
used for. So, I thought that maybe it is for research. So, I asked. It's okay, sir.
No, I don't think that is for research, ma'am. It is not a research tool. It is
That's what I mean.
basically the agentic framework which will help you to automate few things. Like if you want to automate some calculation in the in your
Okay.
smart sheet or Google sheet, you can use that. I don't think that is
Is
for
it a
useful for
statistical tool?
research. No, it's not a statistical tool. Basically, if you want to try to automate few things, right? You can use that tool. Like if you are daily working on the Google sheet, you want to automate few things there, you can do that by using this tool. But it's not a research tool.
It is not for social sciences, I guess.
No.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone? Like about this connected papers and then lit maps and then the research rabbit? Okay. I think there is no question on that front. Just give me a minute. Okay. So the next stage is like so reading the papers. So we already gone through SciSpace yesterday. I will give you that very similar tool which is called Avid Note. So this also will have a good wide variety of tools with respect to this. I will upload the paper first. Okay. So both the papers has been uploaded now. So these are the different the different tools that are available with respect to Avid Note. Okay, one it is read, like you can upload your paper and then you can create your own library of the collection of different article, and then you can just delete that. Okay. Then there is another segment which is called write. If you want to write a new paper, you can use this tool, or if you want to have some few templates, I will also show the template after this, and then you can just also save this document. Okay, and that and then if you want to do some coding part, or if you want to do some uh, converting from one language to another language, that also possible with this particular tool. So maybe I'll just use this particular article. Okay, so I will just come from the beginning, right? So first you need to upload your paper. Okay, once you upload it, you can go to your so it will upload your paper to the selected node, or if you go to library, so in uncategorized documents, so these are the papers that I have uploaded. Okay, so click on any one paper, right? So and then you will get into this page, like I mentioned. So this is also a free version. I didn't upgrade to any pricing part. So for that, we will have only 10 prompts to be asked. Okay. So there is an option to do that. Like if you want to directly chat with this particular document, you can ask the question here. Otherwise, the Avid Note will provide few a set of uh, questions with respect to this particular article. Like, okay, so explain this text or rewrite. Basically, this is like rewriting the text or translating from to another language. And then with respect to this document setting, right, the generic document questions. So I want to find out, okay, identify the research gap for this particular topic. So once you do this, I don't know like how many of you seen that response that has been generated by SciSpace yesterday. So mostly it is revolving around like for this particular paper, the same paper that I have used yesterday, I have used now also, right? So the same for the same article, most of these research gaps are same. Like one is the data diversity, that is what we seen yesterday with the size space, right? And then longitudinal studies, like most of the studies are cross sectional. Okay, and then there is no integration of multimodal data, because most of the data that we are talking about with respect to diabetic foot ulcer, it with respect to the image only. Okay, there is no combination of amalgamation of text data or maybe that electronic record data of the patients, that is not there, right? And then there is no user centric design with respect to like there are the papers are available, but it is not a user centric, because whenever we are developing any screening tool, that has to be deployed in the healthcare systems ecosystem to screening the patients. So that's what it is suggesting. And then explainability, which is also very much important while we are doing with respect to any research using the ML, machine learning or deep learning. So it is giving few research question, right? Research gaps identified from this particular research article. Otherwise, if you want to understand, okay, what is the future research with respect to diabetic foot ulcer? So once you already found out the research gap, and then you are getting some directionality to do to continue your research, right? So what are the things that we can focus? So maybe like what is the scalability of this proposed DFU XAIs, right? Basically, they have designed this for uh, images with a very less number of data. What will happen if you increase the sample size of the image, right? So that is one of the research direction. You can just take this as your reference paper. You can start building on that. And another thing that exploring the integration of additional explainability techniques. So what is beyond SHAP, or what is beyond Lime? What is beyond GrandCam? Is there any other explainable AI tools available to explain this, to find out the betterment of this diabetic foot ulcer detection, right? So from this research article, if you found out, okay, this is your base paper, you can just start asking the question, getting the future research based on this, right? So this is with respect to generic document questions. So what about if you want to ask particular questions from the data, from the article itself? So that is where this third section. Okay, I'm asking that how does SMOT help in addressing the bias in the dataset composition? So it is talking about, okay, SMOT is nothing but it is a synthetic minority oversampling technique, where in the real-time scenario, whenever you are having the very small population of certain segment, you'll try to synthetically generate that segment to match the majority segments. That is what a SMOT is doing, right? How it is addressing the bias? I don't know how many of you know about the SMOT. So it is based on the algorithm of k nearest neighbor, which will help you to reduce the bias in the data set generation. Okay, this is one uh, 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 application. Like first you will chat with your document, or you can ask the questions which is more relevant or more generic to this document, right? Because as we are doing the research, the mostly we'll use this type of questions here. And then if you want to talk about some specific information from this document, you can use this, or you can write your own prompt. That is also absolutely welcome. Okay, so any doubts here? And then there is a note section is there. Okay, if I want to take some few things, like, okay, this is AI generated one. If I want to store this, okay, go and add note and then save it here. I will I give the title as mode, and then yeah, save. Okay, see, so whenever you're reading any article, you can side by side take the notes, and then you can just keep on adding in this pane. Okay, any questions with respect to this? So you can copy that image, and then maybe you can just give the URL of that image, and then maybe give the description and then save it here also. Fine. So
Sir,
this, yeah, ma'am.
in ChatGPT also I get images and all. So how we can say that this is faster or more accurate?
So it is not with respect to faster. Basically, the fastness will comes with respect to the hardware that they are using, right? If you are having the IN GPUs at the backend servers, so then the response that you will be getting with the latency will be very less. But sometimes the
I
yeah.
am social science person, so I don't understand this, but will it be more useful for me than ChatGPT?
No, ChatGPT, like I mentioned, ChatGPT will hallucinate few things, right? Like I don't like
Yeah.
what is the response it is generating. But
Yes.
these tools are specialized tools, okay, which has been used only for research purpose. But ChatGPT is not a specialized tool for doing the research.
Huh.
It is like an alternative to Google search. Like whatever
Yeah.
that you are doing in a Google, you can use in ChatGPT. But
Yeah.
this type of tools, it's primarily focusing on that particular thing. So you don't get out of box answers from these tools.
Okay. ठीक है sir. Thank you.
So once you're done with this read section, like you can go and then for the write section. Okay, assume that I'm going to write a new paper. Okay, so the new paper is DFU paper. Okay. And then I'll start writing. Okay, write a literature review. So I'm just giving the topic of the research. Okay, diabetic foot ulcer detection. Deep learning. Okay. And then what is the citation still? I am going to give API right now. Okay, creativity. Like whether it has to be original. Maybe you can add some creative on top of that. But for literature review, just keep original for time being. And then what is a tone? Like it should be a professional tone or exciting or friendly. Let me see whether there is academic tone is there or not. Okay, there is no tone with respect to academic, so we can use professional tone. Okay, and then for maximum length, for time being, because we are using the pre version, I'm just giving the maximum length 500. Okay, then generate a text. Okay, so the literature review part has been generated. Like I mentioned, I just only given the maximum length of 500. That's why for each and every paper you will get maximum token size of 500. Okay, so it is discussing about a few literature paper with respect to diabetic foot ulcer reduction, right? Mostly these are the correct reference paper, because I am just doing the research for quite long time. So these are the most of the standard articles which will talk about this diabetic foot ulcer reduction. Okay, so this is how we can do the we can ask the AI to write the literature review part, and you can save this. Okay, and then maybe another scenario. Okay, so you can just change the tone, or if you want to rewrite the sentence, you can rewrite, or if you want to improve the writing, you can do that, or if you want to shrink the content or expand the content, you can do all this. Okay, maybe like if I want to translate this into some other language, you can do that also. Okay, I'm asking my AI to translate this thing to Tamil, like you can see. So that has been converted into Tamil. Or if you want to translate to uh, Hindi or whatever it may be, like let me ask, like, okay, translate this particular sentence to Urdu, right? So then based on your native language, you can read through this article. I think that is more useful for the people, right? Like whatever the thing that we are learning from our mother tongue, that will reach our mind very quicker than the traditional languages, right? So you can do that using this editor tool. Okay, so that is write paper. And there are few AI templates which already there, like maybe if you want to do for methods, right? So suggest a theoretical framework for the particular topic. Okay, just give it the topic like diabetic foot ulcer reduction. Okay, uh, here also I'm just going to give the token size as 500 because still I'm using, still see I have maximum of 500 words. For timing I can just give 100. Okay, so here I'm asking that okay, so I'm just going to do some research on diabetic foot ulcer reduction. Okay, and then you can just create provide a theoretical framework for that. Okay, so those are doing theoretical studies. Okay, they can see, okay, this is the general framework. Okay, if you want to understand the diabetic foot ulcer, one, you can go and have a health belief model. Okay, so that pose that health behavior are influenced by personal beneficial beliefs about the health conditions, or you can have a social cognitive theory, or trans theoretical model, or chronic care model. These are different theoretical model which are available for the DFE reduction. Okay, this is the one thing. Or if you want to have any other different template, okay, maybe I will ask suggest hypothesis for same DFU deduction. Okay, so I am asking this particular tool to provide the hypothesis. Okay, suggest hypothesis for this. Okay, what I will do is that We'll ask the clear questions. Diabetic foot ulcer detection. Diabetic foot ulcer detection caused by hypertension. Okay, I think it is asking for more context. Let me try this. Otherwise, I need to create an overall framework for this, and then I need to ask. Yeah, so it is not taking that specific context. Maybe we will try this later part. So then you can use AI for write your literature review, write introduction, write methodology, write the section for methods, or if you want to write the conclusion, you can do that. And then for read, proofread your basically that if you have the first draft of your article, you can just ask this AI template to do the proofread, right? And then which will help you to improve the reading audience reading capability, right? So proofread will help us to do that. And then if you want to publish something like writing the research proposal for your topic, or writing some Twitter thread about your particular topic, or if you want the AI tool to generate a few titles, you can use that. So there are multiple options available with respect to each and every template. Okay, so data is that, okay, if you want to analyze the data, you can just click the data, okay, and then maybe okay, I'm just copy paste this. Okay, I just copy paste this data. Okay, what is this data is all about. Okay, so I'm asking this question to the agent, like you can use your own data and then you can paste it here. So see, so this is the insight I'm getting. So this data provides presents the revenue figures of 4 major companies. Okay, it is generating still. Yeah, so this data provides the insights about the revenue figures of the 4 major companies: Walmart, Amazon, and United Health Group. Okay, basically Walmart and Amazon mostly on the retail and e-commerce side, right? And if you talk about Apple is more on the technology stronghold, and United Health Group it's most on the health sector part. Okay, so by just having the name of the company, your agent or maybe your AI system is trying to find out the relevant contact in the online. Okay, so Walmart and Amazon both in retail sector and lead with the strong revenue. With Walmart is 648 billion. $600 billion, and then Amazon with $574 billion, right? And then it is talking about the another company which is called Apple. So Apple is a technology company, right? It's mostly work on the technological related stuffs. like your iPhone software or maybe hardware or maybe any new application that they are bringing to Apple ecosystem. So that what they are primarily doing. Okay. So next, the healthcare representation, which is United Health Group, mostly with respect to the uh, pharma industries. So the healthcare sector represents United Health Group, which represents like $376 billion revenue. Okay, and then by assessing the data, it is also proving that okay, what is the market position when compared Walmart with Amazon, right? Because these are the two competitors with respect to retail domain. So by just having very few points, you can able to generate lots of information about this particular data. Okay, so that's what the helpfulness of this AI data, right? And then if you want to save this document as a Word or maybe I just save this document for our future reference. Okay, so in the saved documents, you will find out the DFU paper that we have talked, and then there is a document called new document, which is used to analyze your whatever the data that copy paste from the Wikipedia. Okay, so this is with respect to the writing section, and then third is the transcribe. Like I mentioned, if someone is comfortable with your local language, you can do that. Okay, you can just select whatever the language that you need, and then so you can just transcribe your audio and video signals. Okay, assume that you are having some audio or video signal. Maybe you are having some podcast, or maybe you are having some YouTube videos. Okay, that YouTube videos has been in the different language. Maybe assume that that has been in the Hindi language. If you want to understand that video into the different languages, maybe we need to convert that Hindi to English. You can just upload that document here. Okay, and then you can just do the transcribe. Okay, you can also try this because I don't have any sample files with me right now. You can do that also. Either if you want to upload your videos, you can do that. Okay, so that is what this AI transcribe will do. And then this AI code. Okay, so here you can ask your AI code generated. Okay, maybe I will ask, okay, write a code for custom CNN for DFU, or maybe I will ask food ulcer classification. Okay, and then generated. I think most of you will help ChatGPT or DeepSeek to do this. You can use the Avidnote also to do that. Okay, it is generating right now. That just take few time. Okay, yeah, now it has done. So it is suggesting, okay, these are the tools that you need to import. Okay, and then this is the sample code, right? I think it's mostly given most of the part. Okay, this is how useful this AI code generator. Okay, and then basically the third is the AI chat, basically to proofread your uh, document, or if you want to rewrite, or if you want to do some mathematical expression in latex, you can do that. And then if you want to expand or summarize, you can use this different chat assistants to improve your overall academic writing part. Okay, so this is all about Avidnote tool. If you have any queries, you can ask with respect to this before we go to other tools. Yeah, it is very effective, Prashant sir. Like I have used different AI tools for paraphrasing. It is doing a good job there. But like I mentioned, you need to just glimpse through that generated one. But otherwise, it is doing good. Yeah. Any other question?
So can we upload any graph or an image to interpret or read?
Yeah, that we can do, ma'am. I think Edge had maybe you can use this. Then you can upload. Check whether that is possible or not. I don't think here it is possible. Not picking that one, but I think in Chat GPT or DeepSeek you can do that. Yeah, it is not doing here, so I don't think we can able to upload your image or graph to understand that.
Yes, sir. In ChatGPT, we can do.
Yeah, in Chat GPT or maybe in the DeepSeek or Claude you can do that.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And then the next part is that multi-document chat, right? So that the tool name is called Notebook LM. I think it is code developed by Google. Okay, so you can just upload your files. So maximum you can upload 50 articles here. Okay, and then you can just start talking about that. Okay, so I just uploaded 2, and then basically it is talking about some other thing like I didn't ask anything, but it is talk mostly it is with respect to diabetic food culture. It is talking about. So what I'm asking is that okay, what is the cause of diabetic food culture? So from these 2 sources, it is going to generate the response. Okay, so the diabetic foot the primary cause is that very poor blood circulation or neuropathy, and then it is have several risk factors starting with the neuropathy, and then will move to ischemia and then infection, and then maybe if you are having any deformities in the foot, right? So that will also lead to the foot ulcer, right? So it has provided some notes about from these different articles. Okay, so likewise you can upload maximum of 50 articles like and then you can ask questions with this notebook LM. Okay, then you try to maybe generate the mind map or maybe audio overview of this. Let me see like what is a mind map it is generating.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, here the citation it is telling that 1, 2, 3, 4 are also there, but we have uploaded 2 documents. Then where are the 7? These are what are these 7, 5?
So you can click this. So it is not only referring this particular because each and every document will also have several citation, right?
Right. Sir.
So from this it will just backtrack that. If you want to find out okay what is the 4th article, you can click this.
So apart from this, it will take the citation. They have also cited them.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is what the 4th citation is. So what is a pathway for diabetic limb amputation? You can see that also. You can just click this reference. It will lead to from where it has been sourced this particular document. Okay, so this is a mind map like that has been created. Like so, not only this will be useful for a research article, right? Like assume that you are having some important class tomorrow, but you don't have time to read through the entire content. You can ask, you can just upload that and ask your notebook LM to summarize the content or create this mind map to talk about that. So that will help you to quickly revise the contents. Like see, so each and every information will be captured as a mind map. Like it will start with a diabetic foot and industrial workers, and then uh, what is occupational footwear, like study control, study design, or maybe like the AI for DFA identification. What is this? What are the explainable AI techniques that they are having? So it will just capture all these different aspects of things. Okay, which will help you to read through or glimpse through this very in a quick manner, and then you can use this is for your uh, teaching teaching the class also, or maybe if you want to write something you can write that also. Okay, and then assume that okay you are going for some other talk. Okay, this is the maybe like round table conference or whatever it may be. Okay, you have some few articles, and then if you want to do have the script or something like that. So what I'm trying is that okay, take these 2 source, and then each source will have act as a one host, and then it will just generate some conversation based on that, and then we'll use this conversation for whenever we are going for some roundtable conference or maybe the panel discussion. You can use that also. You can use there also. Okay, so it is generating right now. Let me see like what it is generating. Let me see like what it's generating. Okay, maybe we can just go through other tools. Once it is generated, we can see like how exactly this conversation has been generated. Okay. So next topic is that, okay, writing and editing by using Chat GPT 4o and then Genie AI. So first we can talk about Genie AI and then we can go to Chat GPT. Okay. So start with the prompt. So help me to create a outline to outline for diabetic foot ulcer detection using artificial intelligence. Okay, start writing. Okay, see, so it has given the entire outline to write a research article. So starting with the introduction and doing the literature review and then data set and then pre-processing techniques, how to do the AI model selection and then architecture, model training and validation, performance evaluation metrics, and then result and discussion. Okay, and also it is suggesting few things like, okay, diabetic foot ulcer represents a significant global growth, right? Otherwise, if you want to add some tables or some image, you can do that. And then like see like it has also generating few literature review part. Okay, I will accept this. Okay, so see it will keep on generating the references for us to include. Okay, so this is how we can use a Genie AI for writing an article. Okay, so you can do something with respect to free, but if you want to do the entire writing, you can use the pricing part also. Okay, and then you can also export this as a latex file or a docs file, and then you can use it for submitting to the journal. Okay, so this is how we can use Genie AI for writing and editing. And then finally, with respect to data, so we have two tools, like I mentioned. One is the Julius data. Okay, so otherwise there is another tool called data line. So let me discuss about Julius now. So once you log into julius.ai, assume that I have already uploaded this data. Okay, so this data is nothing but it is a Netflix data which is already available in the Kaggle. Okay, I have just uploaded the data here and asking my julius.ai, okay, create a visuals to understand the uploaded data. I didn't ask give the context that, okay, what is this data all about, what it is talking about, nothing. I just uploaded the data and asking my julius.ai to provide some visuals to understand this. Okay, it has written some Python code and then okay, yeah. So first it is talking about the distribution of IMDb average ratings. Okay, so maybe assume that this is something with respect to Netflix movie. Okay, and this is the ratings, IMDb ratings, right? So out of overall population, right? So for rating 7, close to 700 people are given the IMDb rating of 7. So frequency is nothing but how frequently that we are getting, right? So this is talking about IMDb rating. And then the another visualization, which is IMDb average rating by release year. So initially, because I think those days we don't frequently use IMDb for giving the movie rating, but now like as year on year moving, like there is a lot of reviews that has been there in the IMDb. Okay, so by just uploading your data and then maybe we'll ask some questions like so maybe I will ask like, okay, identify the most common categories. A simple question I'm asking now. Okay. So now it is most common categories means like in the data it will see that okay what are the columns that are available for available as a categorical column. Okay, one is the genre. Genre is nothing but whether the movie is a thriller movie or it is a romance or it may be a family for the family audience. It will just take that category and then plot this. Okay, let's see. So with the genre drama, there are close to 10,000 movies. Okay, and then with the genre comedy, there are close to can you hear me, sir? No, there is some internet connectivity issue. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, cool. So this has been generated by this particular Julius.ai. Okay, and also you can use these plots to maybe I will ask. Okay, instead of that, can you just show this page for me? See, so this IMDb average rating by most common genres, right? Crime, it's close to rating having starting from 2.5 to maybe 7.5. IMDb average rating when compared to all other journals, right? So this way you can able to get a good visuals for your data, which will be useful for us to include in the research article also. Okay, you don't want to generate from the scratch and all. Okay, and then data line. So data line, like I mentioned, if you are having the open AI, you can use data line app. Okay. I just connected through my mobile network. That's why it is taking too much time. Let me see. Okay, so meanwhile it is loading. We got a response in Notebook LM about this. You can just play this. Okay. Maybe I will just share it in the let me see whether I can able to do it in the chat. Okay, I think there is no option to share this. But yeah, basically you can just listen like what exactly that has been generated by this Notebook LM. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Let it sound.
Deep dive. This is where
So let me know once you can
we take
able
the
to hear
sources you
the
share with us,
audio.
articles, research papers, even your own notes, and really unpack them.
Yeah, we dig in to pull out the key insights and maybe some of those surprising facts that, stick with you.
And our mission today, we're diving into a pretty serious and complex. And what did they find?
Compared to OF workers without bone infection, those with it tended to be a bit younger.
Yeah, I hope you listen that audio, right? So this is how this Notebook LM is generating the audio overview of this article. Okay, assume that you are traveling somewhere, you don't have time to read this article. You can just generate this audio. Like you can just listen this audio while you are traveling. Okay, so that's how this Notebook LM is useful in doing the audio referencing with respect to the document that we are discussing about. Okay, and then final, yeah, this is the tool I'm talking about, a data line dot app. Okay, so you will see like what they are doing with respect to here. This is a sample a bar graph or maybe like a sample graph that has been generated using the data line. Okay, and there is an option called install. Okay, so there is no web application available for this particular data line. So there are multiple OS version, like if you want to install in the Mac OS or if you want to install in Windows, you can install that. Okay, so once you install that, it will be asking you for a OpenAI API key, so which you can generate through this. Okay, OpenAI. Yeah, it is loading. Once you log into OpenAI, you can generate this API key, and then you can just paste that API key in the data line, and then you can start working on this local device. So you don't need to upload in the you don't want to work on the web page applications. It is directly with respect to your local system. Okay. I think that's it all from me today. Any questions or any doubts? Yeah, any questions from the audience? I just shared what are the tools that I've used in the chat itself. A simple screenshot of whatever the tool that we have discussed. Maybe you can take the reference from there. Yeah, any questions?
Yes, participants, is there any questions or the queries? Sir, one question in the chat box: to each of AI tool we have to sign in. Uh, we have to sign in any.
There is no. Yeah, there is no risk of being in, right? You can just an email, and then you can have multiple. You can use password which are not used in some other domains. Strong password suggestions, or maybe a few different passwords. Right? Don't use your regular passwords, because I will always suggest everyone to that. Okay, don't use your personal passwords in this type of tools. Always use your Gmail, and then you can just use very simple password also. It is nothing wrong there.
One another
but
question.
you don't want to risk. Yes, sir. I'm just reading that.
Yes, sir. One another question is that any AI tool for drawing the graph from any type of data set.
Yeah, you can use like I mentioned, data line, or you can upload the data and ask what type of graph that you need. Like if you want whatever the graph that you need, you can just write a prompt that will generate.
Yes, anyone else? Yes, sir. Another Avid Note.
It is, but it is not safe for every day. So only will limit is 5,000 or 5,000. Okay, you need to patch the Windows for doing the further.
Reference is given by the AI. Avid Note is correct or not? Is this is another question, sir. Reference is given by the AI. Avid Note is correct or not? Hello, Dr. Chandran, sir. Sir, whether we are audible to you? I think, yeah, there will be some issue.
Yeah, sir, I'm just back. Sorry, there is some internet
Yeah,
connectivity
sir.
issue.
Yeah, sir. One last question is that reference given by the AI Avid Note is correct or not?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned, right? Like only the word limit is 5,000. It is not uh, like repeat for every day. So it is maximum limit. It's only for 5,000 words. You need to purchase the Note, and then you can use it for a number of times. But free license, it's only up to 5,000 words.
I think, sir, all the questions or the queries with related to the sessions are resolved. So, if you could permit, shall we conclude, sir?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So on behalf of the organizers, Malvi Mission Teacher Training Center, Sant Gadge Baba, Amravati University, and all the participants of this short-term course, I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Chandran sir for such a wonderful session. Sir really have provided a number of tools, various tools that has been very useful for our research purpose, making presentation, writing, academic writing, and the paraphrasing. And yesterday's session was also the very wonderful session, sir. Really, you have deepened our understanding towards the use of this most recent technology, that is artificial intelligence, with the help of various tools. We are really thankful to you, sir. I once again extend my sincere thanks to you, and with the kind consent of Dr. Chandran sir, I would like to declare that this session will be over here. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, and thank you, participants. We will meet in the afternoon sharp at 2 p.m. with our last session. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Deepa ma'am, I think you have asked one question. We'll get the recording. All the sessions that has been till now, only this morning session, up to yesterday, all the recording session, all the recorded session have been uploaded in the LMS, and you have to lifetime access of that LMS, so you can check that, and it is under in the reading material or reference section. I have uploaded day by day and session wise all the links of the recorded session. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you can please check.
Yeah.
Okay, so participants, we will stop now and meet sharp at 2 p.m. with our afternoon schedule. Thank you, everyone.